Welcome to Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and education for the Black and minority communities. What that entails: wrongful convictions, missing persons, cold cases, breaking stigmas, and educating with one goal at the end: making sure that we are doing effective change, one person at a time.
Good morning, evening, afternoon. I don't know what time you're going to be watching this, but my name is Holly. I'm the founder of Morning Mimosas. You should know that by now.
And I'm Fatu. Hello, humans. Y'all should also know that by now. Y'all just be knowing.
Okay.
Should be.
Right. And as you guys know, this is Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and education for skin folk and other minorities. This episode is going to be a little different. I was having a chat with one of my siblings in recent days, and we have allegedly there is a older sister that precedes me. She's allegedly my father's daughter. Her name is Deja Benz. That's the only name I have of hers. And I've been looking for her for the last 16 years. I had been finding her on MySpace 16 years ago. It was around the time that I was, going through all that stuff with life, boys and things of that nature. I found her on MySpace. We talked, we chatted. Told her who I was, told her who my sperm donor was. You guys know I'm sure.
Was she receptive?
No, not at all. We were good. Like, I asked her if she knew who Sam was. Sam is my father. That's my father's name. And she told that her mom told her a little bit about Sam, but she was raised by her stepfather. What ended that contact was I went to my mother asking her and I could go on, I think I asked my mom if we could go on Maury to do a siblingship DNA test. And my mom said no. And she told me to end contact with her because of bad child words. So I left it alone. Year after that, I gave birth to my also lost her that same year, and it was just a complete struggle because I tried to go back on MySpace to find her after that, and I didn't find her anymore because that's when Facebook started to rain a little more.
Her mom went on. Yeah.
Her mom.
Yeah, I wonder if her mom, kind of discouraged it as well. Because maybe they ended horribly and she didn't want to be in contact with him and didn't want anything to do with him.
That could be true, but if you are the mother of Deja Benz, I'm going to give a little bit of, and then I'm going to respond to that. So her last known location was Harlem, New York. We were both born in Raleigh, North Carolina, but at the time I spoke to her back in 2007, she was in Harlem, New York. So I just want to appeal to the people who are in the New York area who may know somebody that fits this description. She kind of looks like me a little bit, but she has more like hazelish color eyes. I really, really, really need this to reach her somehow, some way, because I just want to. Let me respond to what Ms. Foxy said. she probably did do that, and I don't necessarily blame her because my dad's a dog, roof. But we gonna leave that. We gonna leave that there. But this is my message to my big sister. Because I strongly feel like you are my sister. So if you ever do see my podcast, if you ever do see this, I'm going to share this publicly. Please do not take out whatever anger you have on our father, on me, and your other younger sisters. It's not just me, she has 3 other younger sisters as well. All we ever wanted to do was know you. All we ever wanted to do was love you and have a sister relationship. But because of the then adults, because now we're the adults, because of their irresponsibility, we weren't given that. And I just don't want it to be like an awkward thing. Like if she is proven to be my sister, like is it like I'm really scared of like the resentment because I just don't want that to be like the thing. So this stage ends, please. I know you are going to feel some kind of way, and you have to pray. But I just want you to know, like your sisters love you, and we always wanted you.
Right. Because it's adults make us decisions for children all the time, right? And not even knowing the situation, just knowing that your mom didn't know, and her mom may not have known about y'all. You know what I mean? And then found out and then bounced. And so therefore, the children suffer because the parents make decisions. Well, even though they think that it's the best decision at the time, at this point, adults, right? And should know one another. Your children should know one another, and things like that. It's like having a whole nother family that you don't know about, and you just roaming through life.
And that's so unfair. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that brings me to why I'm also mentioning this episode. That's another reason why I'm doing the Let's Find My Sister episode today, because there are so many unnecessary family secrets, y'all. Like, why do families like to have? Why do people like to have family secrets like that? That reminds me of Medea's Big Happy Family. Y'all remember when Byron found out that his sister was actually his mom, and then his mother was actually his grandmother? Like, secrets like that. I'm just like why do families like to have secrets like that? What does that do other than
shame?
crush you later? Shame.
They're ashamed of whatever decision that they've made. Sometimes, especially in a certain situation, especially when there is molestation or infidelity, and then the victim becomes ashamed of what happens, so they try to cover it up because they think it's to protect, the child. Sometimes, the parent could have been abusive, and so they think to the mom, and so she thinks that they're going to be abusive to the child, so then she takes them away, or just hides the fact that she was doing stuff or he was doing stuff they had no business doing, and they want to keep it a secret, like I want to hide my shame. Or just like we talked about earlier, I'm with this person that I've been seeking forever, but I still want to do what I want to do on the side. So what I'm going to do is and then I made a mistake of getting this person pregnant, and they're going to keep the child. So then we're just not going to talk about it, because out of sight, out of mind. But the child for that other parent is not out of sight nor out of mind, and that's not fair to them at all. And it's not fair for the emotional torture that comes once they find out. And Black parents especially don't apologize. They don't, they make an excuse, or you don't need to know about it. It is done. So what you care about it for?
That's another thing that needs to change in our community as well, is that whole mentality. Like, what is something that I've heard somebody say before? Why'd you go digging up something? And I'm like, Excuse
Why
me?
do I not have a right to know what happened? Especially if it involves me, because it does. It does. That's your sibling. What if, God forbid, because this happens as well, there's some type of genetic family something, and a child is sick or somebody is sick, and you've exhausted all your siblings and their children, but that one over there could be a match, but you don't even know about them. And then you find out it's too late. Also, you also don't know the mentality of the mom, whether she's bashing you all because you all get something that her child doesn't, as if it's your fault.
So I'm gonna respond to that. Yes, I'm gonna respond to that. So to her and her mother, I just want to say that my father did the bare minimum. So I'm gonna call him out because I want to make sure that my sister knows. Yeah, he may have fathered 4 children with my mother, but he still did the bare minimum because he still had you. And then let me also tell you another something. I'm not like cleaning up my family's business. I'm just trying to figure out, trying to find my sister. Just for people who have like that, like because y'all know you have that big ass mouth. Like, oh, who's been after? No, I'm not putting out my family business. I'm trying to find my sister. It's been 16 years since I've spoken to her, and it's time for us to tell the truth. But
Right,
my
because
father,
he's not offering in any information, correct?
no.
That's
And
extremely selfish.
that's another thing that bothers me as well. We also have another sister in Africa somewhere who we're probably never going to know because I have no information on her either. So what do you do in these kind of situations? I have another big sister somewhere who I'm never going to know because I don't know her name. I don't know her date of birth. I don't know how old she is. Like I just know that my dad had a baby in his early 20s or something like that. You know, like
That's
that's all I know.
that's horrible. We all
So
have stories to tell about our families, correct?
yeah,
And most stories stay hidden because people are afraid. You know that saying, you don't talk what happens within our 4 walls or within our family. We have to keep it because we have to keep up a certain image. At some point, the image needs to be tarnished, but it's not really tarnished. This was a choice that you made to sleep with this person. This is what came from it. Now own up to it. Don't be a coward. Own up to it. Especially because the children need to know who they are. Um, what if it was a son and y'all ended up dating?
hello, bing bong.
Knowing, not knowing, or it could be somebody that you yourself are attracted to as a woman, and you want to be with a woman, and to come to find out the reason why you're attracted is not because that person is whatever you're attracted to, is because you're attracted to you because y'all have the similar traits, and that's your sibling. You know, it happens all the time with distant cousins, sometimes in some stuff not so distant, whatever, that's deliberation, but it's deliberate. But it could be, I've known of cousins getting together down the line only to find out that they're related. And it's because somebody in the family didn't want somebody to know something, and this, that, and the third. And here we go.
So
And here we go.
I'm sorry, that kind of stuff is just really, really disgusting to me. I'm just like, it's
It's
funny
very
because it's not the sexual irresponsibility of the women. Because obviously, you've been pregnant, I've been pregnant. People saw us with our belly. You feel me? Like so, there's no we can't hide children. Men
but
can
also
easily do that.
but also men hide because they leave, but women knowingly will get with a married man and won't terminate the pregnancy and keep the pregnancy and also remain to keep it a secret because of how they feel about that man. That shit happens too. Because even without knowing whether this other lady knew about your mom or not, she could have known. And that could be a reason of don't talk to you. Like, y'all are not supposed to know one another. People are so fucking selfish and cruel that there are no limits to what could happen as to why these children don't know one another or why y'all don't know one another. I didn't know all of my siblings for a very long time. My papa was a Rolling Stone as well. And then you don't have a bond. You don't create that bond with your sibling. You may know they exist, but y'all don't know one another. And you don't know if that mom is talking, like, it's just so many. That shit can play out in so many different ways. And in the end, the only people that are benefiting are the people who choose to keep the fucking secret. And sometimes people find out at funerals.
So, well,
I mean, that does happen.
Yeah. You found out a lot of funerals. Like for I don't know, me just personally, I couldn't have like the conscience to have a child out there as a woman and or a man and not take care of that child or have some kind of love for that child. Now, I'm not, and I just want to make something clear. I understand some people put their children up for adoption because you're not able to take care of that child at the time, or you just want a better life for your child. For those of you that do that, that's beautiful. I'm not talking about y'all.
Yeah, that's different. That's I cannot take care of you. Not I'm hiding you.
Right. I'm talking about people who are out here being sexually irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
And also being a homosexual and looking for a place to live. So,
I don't know you was gonna sneak that in there some type of way. But that too, though. Because let's not think that how sometimes they say women have babies by men to keep them. Men do the same thing.
Yep.
Men will do it because they feel like the woman is shining. So let me dim your shine by getting you pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm gonna just divulge a little something. So my baby's father, before we had our kids, he played me this song by French Montana called "Famous," and some of the words are, "I hope you don't get famous." Like, and he's basically telling me no one will love me more than he does, even when I'm famous. So I'm like. Even he knew even back then, I was trying to work on my music and stuff like that. So just
wow,
just
talking about insecurity, selfishness.
And I mean that's what a lot of these people do, men and women. But I also want to clarify something. Also. I'll actually tell you this later because I don't want to. This piece of information cannot be that much. But I just know that my from what I know, my father didn't really tell the baby's mother good things. So, but I just once again, if you guys are currently joining us, right? This is Morning Moses about criminal justice, healing, and education. And right now we are doing a kind of sort of beginning of a healing thing because I, along with the other CISAs, want to finally find our big sister Deja Benz. I keep saying her name Deja Benz because I know somebody will know that name. Spoke to her 16 years ago on MySpace. Last year she was in Harlem, New York, in Raleigh, North Carolina. and we are 6 weeks apart.
Damn.
Her birthday is either October 16th and or 17th, 92, and I'm December 3rd, 92. 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
That's insane. That's a home move right there.
Hood twins, but I mean her and I are hood twins.
Basically, yes. Yes.
Yeah, she's more, you know, so I really want to find her. It's like my dad had a picture of her in the house. I haven't seen that picture in a long time either, but it was a pretty picture. She was wearing like a dark hot pink shirt. She had like hot pink and white barrettes. You get those little palm trees hairstyles that we used to do as kids. She wore a cute pair of like black pants, white shoes. So if anybody remembers that picture, hit me up too. That's what I'm describing it with detail. Yes, Deja, we have that picture of you when you were, a tiny tot. I really want to find you. You have, two, like a niece and a nephew from me, and then you have 4 from your sister Gloria. You have 1 from your sister Krista, and none from your baby sister Jean. But we want to know who you are. It's time. I mean, I've wanted this for a long time. I tried to find her on Facebook throughout the years, but once again, I want to just reiterate, I don't know the correct spelling of your name. Deja can be spelled at minimum 10 different ways.
Yeah.
Minimum.
The only thing that is semi-helpful is that you do know the date of birth and where she was born. So I wonder if we could find birth records to find the exact spelling of her name, because that would point you in a hell of a direction.
Need to figure out how to get access to stuff like that. Because you're right, I do have, at least, the dates and at least know what hospital she was born in and everything else. So I can at least start there. But
somebody has to know.
For sure. Somebody knows something.
What is it? We are all separated by 6 degrees or something, like 6 degrees of separation. So within your circle of 6 people, somebody knows somebody that knows her, or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Whether you now have moved out of state or not, still it's still there. There's a connection. And hopefully somebody will watch this, and it will move forward, and then you will be able to find her or her mom or somebody. Somebody has to know something. And people are not trying to find you for nefarious reasons. It's because they really want to know you. They want to love you. They want you to be family.
Right. Yeah. It's completely like I said, you have nieces and nephews that deserve to know who you are. We deserve to know you as our big sister. I've always been the big sister, and I'm the big sister, yes, of my mother. I'm my mother's first child. But I'm not my father's first child. So I want to put respect on his actual, because he called me his first child too, and I kind of side-eye him like.
You call him out on it?
Yeah, I'm not your first kid, bro. I'm your first kid with her. I'm your first kid with her. Let's.
Yeah. Let's call
I'm not being disrespectful or anything. Let's just clarify that. I'm just pointing out the truth. Like I am literally my dad's first child.
I'm going to keep pointing it out. How about I'll keep pointing it out until you give me the information that I want to know? Because parents typically, they don't want you to talk about certain things because it makes them feel away or whatever. But what about how I feel? How about how we feel? Because I'm pretty sure she ain't happy about being a fucking secret. Regardless of what he or your mom has said. The fact that there's somebody reaching out to you, trying to get to know you. And then, having to have spoken to her when you guys were younger. And goddamn, MySpace was a days, girl.
I mean, I miss it. I mean, it's MySpace is like used for music now, so
Mhm.
it's completely changed. But and I tried to
Here
access
come
my
the
MySpace.
train. Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe my sister's on there and she, she's traveling somewhere. I don't know. But, and then also, also this is kind of like a plea also for anybody else who might be my father's child. I know that kind of sounds disrespectful. But I also need to know if there are other siblings that need to come forward as well. Like I said, I mean, no disrespect to my sperm donor, but me and him are also estranged, so I can also do what I want with this is my platform. This is Morning Moses. This is my baby. And that young lady was supposed to be his baby, and she's supposed to be my big sister. And I have a right to know, just like Krista and Gloria and Imogene, those are my three younger sisters. Just like they deserve to know that if that's their big sister. Like, I mean, it's just, like I said earlier, it's really, really unfair because of the actions of the adults back in the 90s that we were deprived that relationship. It's just not okay. So, that's it. That's pretty much it. Once again, her name is Deja Bennett, Raleigh, North Carolina, October 16th and or 17th of 92, Wake Medical Center. That's where it's Harlem, New York was her last location about 16 years ago. So please, if anybody knows anything about where this young lady is, please contact me. I want to find this.
Please, please contact, reach out. You have a whole family. This time next year, you could be celebrating Genocide Day. As you know, I call it genocide. But I mean, it is what it is. So we can come together and make the most of it because that's when people are off work. So, or during Christmas time, I don't celebrate that either. But still, it's a time when families get together. So y'all could be getting together. And your children, if you have any, can meet the rest of their cousins, think everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's start this beginning, guys. But please, one thing I am going to request at the end of this video is please share this video. I usually don't ask you guys to do that, but I need you guys to please, please, please share, because I really want to find my sister. It's time for her to know the truth. It's time for all of us to know the truth.
Yeah.
And
Wouldn't
it's
it be
time for
amazing if she saw this some type of way
she
and got
will.
in touch with you? That would be bomb. Let's put that
She
out there in the
will.
universe.
She will.
Yeah.
She will
Yeah.
definitely get in contact with me. I just want to thank my amazing co-host, Ms. Fatu. Like I said, for being with me since the beginning of this Morning Moses trip, this roller coaster of life. I'm really, really, really excited for everything else to come. Deja, I want to just tell you one last thing as well. I love you. I always have. I can't wait for us to do this DNA test sisters and put the past in the past and try to move forward as a family should.
Mhm.
And I say as a
Absolutely.
family should, because y'all know how families be. So as a family should. All right. All
All
right, guys. This is
right.
more where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and education for the Black and minority communities. We'll see you guys later.
Bye, humans.